Hello everybody, my name is Reach. Allow me to introduce to you about Arzee's multiverse, more specifically the 42nd episode in the Enhanced SMP. First, you might not be a potential viewer for this series, but I'm sure what I'm going to bring up will be interesting. Let's take a gander at what the Enhanced SMP entails. The Enhanced SMP is a lore-based Minecraft superhero series that follows Arrzee as he aims to fight against the strange threats that permeate the city, and eventually the universe. You caught up with it? If not, don't worry, that's fine, because that was just the synopsis of it. You can check out more as there'll be a link to direct you to the playlist. You're free to check out everything that happened, and then come back to the video. Don't worry, I can wait. Seriously, I don't think this realm I'm in has any concept of visible time. Anyways, the SMP has evolved to the point of using time travel as a narrative mechanism to moving the plot forward, where the main plot point of the 42nd episode follows Arrzee traveling back in time in order to get some assistance in defeating the Dead Zone. By the way, before we dive further, this video is more so an analysis strictly on Cordaxe and time travel. I'm not doing what Canadian Lad does or Emergency Awesome would. By that, I mean see my same analysis. I just got done with midterms, so you can't force me to do that. Yeah, you hear that, Warden? Wait a minute, is that a gun? Cordaxe's inevitable return, and it all starts with the ridiculous decision of time travel. For the CW watchers, we know how dangerous it can be when a speedster knows about their future. They will always attempt to change it. Thorn is the best example of a speedster missing with time that's in similar comparison to Cordaxe. By the end of the episode, we do get to see some sort of confirmation that no paradoxes were set. But does that help Arrzee from destroying the fragility of his multiverse? Not exactly, especially with his statement about time travel not being the last time it appears. The series takes some inspiration from the CW Flash show, before it went bad. Okay, I took a pause there because I generally thought that people were going to boo me. Anyways, there's notorious examples in the Flash about how time travel has affected the past, but the situation this episode reminds me of is when Eobard was poached by the Flash. Way later Flash, Season 5, Episode 8. This interaction between Eobard and Barry here resembles Arrzee and Cordaxe. Rather ironic, honestly, considering they're essentially the same person. Cordaxe's return may not be set in stone, but there still exists a problem with time travel. There even exists a question that shows time travel can be a threat in this episode of the Enhanced. Let's visit the nerd of the team, Quackers. Smart guy asks a question that approaches the topic everybody should be thinking about, and Arzee's response might just confirm someone's return.
Just to be clear, so does Cordaxe think you were one of the original Speedburst time, his time remnants?
No. He knows exactly what happened.
Okay.
So basically he knows he loses?
Well, no, technically he doesn't, but I mean, he might be able to infer that, I guess.
Arrzee states verbatim, he might be able to infer that, I guess. Now this response can be brushed under the rug, but for the spirit of this video, we, yes, as in you and me, will focus on this sentence. Somebody like Cordaxe, somebody who's trained with this entity for 5 years and has knowledge about the 3 books, Discipline, Transformation, and Soul, as well as holds extensive knowledge about time travel, far better than our Arrzee, has the potential to come back and enter, maybe not as some sort of mentor, but quite potentially as some sort of antagonist, a brief minor fight. Only time can tell, and time can tell just what the results can be. Such a disaster that time travel can bring. We need to go back a little bit before.
Isn't that paradox stuff you were talking about?
Well, no, because I shouldn't have done anything that caused a paradox. If anything, I might have done something that just caused one of you to change, or...
Anything here changed?
Hold on. Okay, we're good.
Arrzee takes a moment to check if anything has changed. He goes to confirm something and eases himself by noticing nothing has changed. But would just checking the room be concrete enough? More could have happened, and the fact that they don't make a notice further on this could as well mean that there's more to be said here. When traveling in the past, any changes that the user makes may cause a butterfly effect, for the said user cannot change the way things are without destroying what it was. A quote from Superpower Wiki on the time travel page, the wiki I hope to be representative of. You can even help me attain that dream by pressing the subscribe button or even liking the video. Both tells me that you're enjoying the video so far, and that I should continue on to do what I'm doing. Anyway, we should continue onwards. The problem is that Cordaxe is knowledgeable about time travel. The Black Flash now exists, and the butterfly effect could have altered just about everything after the episode's release. Then the episode we watched meaningless. Like that shot I did? A little dramatic, but it was nice, wasn't it? Oh, okay, back to the video. It's a very interesting theory as to what happened to Cordaxe, and we will go over that particular theory since it can give us some highlights into what may come. This theory was even liked by a few of the community's members. This may have potential sway to what happens later in the episodes. Who knows? This theory is from Arzee's Discord, the one and only theory that seems to be there. Thankfully, it's enjoyed by a lot of people. Props to Enderverse Tales for the theory. The theory introduces us to the possibility of Cordaxe being alive, but not in the way you'd expect. When Cordaxe had the 3 code books, he had managed to turn into his zenith form, a form of ultimate power, and when his defeat was slowly rising, Cordaxe has made a decision to use the soul book to thus transplant its mind into our Arrzee at the time, a split personality theory. Now the theory sounds feasible, and by no means am I critiquing the person who made this theory, though unfortunately it doesn't sound like something that Arrzee would do in its SMP. But then again, I'm not the one writing it, so it could very well be something that happens. The only problem is that there's been no evidence since this theory has been published, no hints given so far. Especially when you take a look at the moment where Arrzee was kidnapped by a rival team. Yeah, I know. How the hell does a speedster get kidnapped? Anyways, if we were to look at more of this theory, it unveils something I brought up earlier, specifically about Cordaxe's time with the entity, a being cataloged as having higher power than most of the verse, and practically considered a recent deity. The entity is based on the Book of Discipline, the very same book that Cordaxe had studied with entity before turning on him. They studied together for, really? Damn, 5 years. 5-year time span for somebody to get Shoka's and quite potentially extensive knowledge of even just one of the books with the system of time travel? Yeah, that could certainly circumvent somebody's demise. Gosh, it's been so long. It's a shame, it really is. Kidding aside, my absence will likely take longer periods of time. I do try to upload, but the months are getting colder, and that is my disease flaring up. Therefore, my ability to post is beginning to hit a low point, one I hope to recover from. Thank you for those that stuck around, and I hope to reach out to you guys next time as a official Superpower Wiki representative.